Hey, welcome back, or hi if it's your first time. I'm Matthew with A Fine Press, and welcome to the shop. I'm doing a little bit of foil work today, printing some stuff. This project is absolutely ideal. I'm sure you can hear that. So I'm working on a business card project for Lamiga Events. Michelle Gainey, she's absolutely incredible to work with, and this is really probably one of my favorite business card projects in a while. Michelle really gets it. We're doing a card that includes foil stamping, laser cutting. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how loud that is, so we're just gonna go ahead and print. I'll tell you the rest later.
Computery and cold. So what they do is they mix other things in there. So see, you could have these.
Talk about
it blocks and then sold it, and she found that don't consider art.
So we're gonna save this one because well, I printed a hard proof with this, which means an actual physical sample of the final product for the client. They paid for it. And if they approve it, then we're going to go ahead and run the whole run. If not, then we'll see what happens next. But I need to hold on to this one because I'm probably going to use it again.
But occasionally he gets paper cutters, bookbinding machine, anything that's old steel. Say, Jimmy DeResta sent you.
This entire it's like, and she started putting out the videos for that big because I have a bunch of big projects.
So I've got my foil here for foil stamping and the copper die, the thing that actually does the stamping. And obviously this roll is pretty big. It's bigger than my press. So I need to cut this down so it's the right width. So it just covers this die and I'm not wasting any foil. So so here we go. Let's see how to do this. Perfect.
So it'll maybe be like 20.
Well, crap. I dropped that die. It fell off the press. It wasn't quite adhered. When I opened the press up, it dropped. I'm gonna put it back in the press, tighten everything up, and see if I damage the die. Man, that's frustrating. Okay, so now that I can hear myself, the neighbors have stopped grinding metal for the day. These are Michelle Gainey's business cards with Lamiga Events, and this is the information side. You know, it's the function of the business card. Every card needs to tell your people how to get in touch with you, but I believe firmly that it has to have a second function. I talk about this all the time. If you give people stationery that doesn't have a second function, the primary function finishes and you throw it away. You send an invitation and people RSVP, they get the details. You know, even your mom might hold on to it for a little while, but then it's either going to go in a drawer or it's going to get thrown away. Business cards, we don't even need those if they don't have a second function. You know, there was a time where we bumped phones. We don't do that anymore, but how quickly can you share your information with someone else? You don't need a business card to do that. You've got to give it a second function, something that gives it more life. Now, sometimes that's like a real clear functional thing, information or something useful, like actually useful for your business. Sometimes it's just something beautiful and inspirational. I believe that kind of the low-hanging fruit is we can put something motivational or beautiful on the back of a business card and it becomes an aesthetic work of art, a work of art that someone might actually display. So the back of Michelle's business cards are going to say "Celebrate, Love, Dream" in black on black, and then we've got a little laser cut surprise for you. I'm not going to do that today. I'll show that to you in the next video, but it's going to be absolutely stunning. Michelle gets it. Not every client is brave enough to do that. When I talk about brave and daring clients, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You know, I ask my prospective clients, on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you to go with an idea that you've never seen before? I have clients that come to me and they know exactly what they want, and they tend not to be the right client. the right client is willing to go for something they hadn't considered. And Michelle was one of these people. But when I brought her a couple things that kind of helped, I think, elevate the function of the card, she was down for it. So these are going to be absolutely amazing. I'm super excited about them. Another business card I'm really excited about is these for red leaf interiors. Delavante Creative, I hope I'm saying that right, Sarah. Please let me know if I didn't. Delavante Creative designed these, and they're stunning cards. Rose gold foil and black letterpress. And man, they're kind of right on the money in terms of timely. They're classic, but of the time, if that makes sense. And the thing that's really smart about these is Jamaica, the client, decided to go ahead and do a hard proof. In letterpress shops, it's really rare to do a hard proof because so much of the cost of production is in setup. It's in buying the dies, it's in bringing in very expensive paper for the project, all those kinds of things. And so it's rare that we do a hard proof. Now, I love doing hard proofs because it gives the client an opportunity to really know they're getting what they want. But the trade-off is you have to pay for that proof. There's a lot of labor involved. And so I charge a fee up front for those proofs. And then if it's approved as is, then a decent portion of that fee goes back into the total cost of the full order. So they decided to do a hard proof here. I think it makes a lot of sense. There are some things I'm anxious to see how they feel about them because pretty much any time that you're dealing with foil or letterpress or screen printing, there are compromises to be made. There are things that you can't do in the physical world that you can do in the digital world that you're used to doing. We have to find creative workarounds for those. And so I think we achieved that. I'm anxious to see what the clients say. They get the cards today. And then we'll see if we're going to go forward with this order. It kind of makes this about the most expensive business card I've ever done. So several of you have asked about the new shop. There's not a whole lot to report there yet. Working on the floors right now. As a matter of fact, I'm about to pack up and go over there and do a little bit more work. But while I'm working on those floors, I'm trying to get everything squared away over here. You know, this shop is a complete mess because I essentially don't have trash service here. So I'm preparing everything for one big dump at the dump. The new shop will have trash, will have internet, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have a bathroom. I can't say that enough. I'm gonna have a bathroom and like real air conditioning. It's exciting. But I did want to mention one more thing. Recently, I posted this blog post. You can check it out in the link below. And frankly, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting some sort of blowback from it. It's about whether or not people actually need wedding invitations. And if you haven't gotten it from even what I've said earlier in this video, I don't think everybody needs them. I don't think that stationery is a necessity. It's a luxury. I think you should only get it if you value it, if you care about it. Now, I personally think you should value it, but if you don't, you're a couple getting married and you really don't care about stationery. If the people you're inviting won't be offended by not getting, I don't even know how to say this. To get any even kind of just basic stationery anywhere these days, you're spending $500 or $1,000 kind of at a minimum. If you don't value that stationery, if you just don't care about it, and your people, your tribe doesn't care about it, why send it? Why spend that money? Put that money where you care about it. Maybe you care about the reception, the dinner. Put that into catering. Maybe you care about, maybe that's the difference between getting a videographer or not. For crying out loud, if literally life and death, you have to make the choice between stationery and a videographer, get a stinking videographer. Don't get stationery. That's weird for me to say. I'm a stationer, but the reality is it's not for everybody. Business cards aren't for everybody. If you're going to do it, if you're going to invest in stationery, and I think you should, make sure that you're investing in something that actually has value. Don't make junk mail. Don't create more crap for people to throw away. Don't create more clutter. Create something that enriches people's lives, that gives them value beyond its initial function. As long as you're doing that, I think it's a win. I think you should be doing that. I push every client I have to do that. And if they don't, it's kind of disappointing. But if you're not willing to do that and you don't really care about stationery, don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Just don't do it. Okay. The reason I said that was because, frankly, I thought I'd piss off a bunch of other stationers. I was shocked at the support I got from other stationers. It's not for everybody, and we know that our clients, if you're my ideal customer, and you probably know if you are, then let's work together. And if you're not, but you enjoy these videos, just enjoy them. But I don't want you to get something that you don't value. It just doesn't make sense. I wouldn't do that for myself. Why would I expect that from you? Let's see, what else is going on? I mean, there's a ton going on. I got a ton of big projects coming up. I don't know how I'm gonna do it all and move at the same time, but we're gonna figure that out. So I'm gonna head over to the new shop right now. I'm gonna say goodbye, and well, I'll see you next time. See ya. Oh, and if you hadn't figured out, I didn't damage that that die. That's pretty awesome. You know, it could have fallen on any one of 6 different edges or sides, and fortunately it fell in a way that didn't cause any damage. So I was able to get that part of Michelle's business cards done, and on to the next.